Hey! Happy New Year! Merry Christmas whenever I'm able to post this video. In honor of 2024 ending, I'm sure that all of you have learned a lot from this year. A lot of us have been through hell this year. It might have been a good year, might have been a bad year, but what I can say is, personally, this year, a lot happened for me. Yeah, I can say, yeah, a lot, a shit ton happened this year. And I'm sure that you guys have learned a lot from this year, or haven't, or maybe you just sat around did nothing all year. Okay, you do you, I guess, but like, usually on my channel, I react to your anonymous confessions and I give my advice and input on them. But we're gonna switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna be listening to your advice instead. Because why not? Why not? This idea came from my friend Alexia. Back when I did a video with her, she suggested it.
I'm gonna ask our audience. Oh yes! Our viewers their advice to her. Oh my god, you should make that your forums next.
What advice
Can you give her?
give me advice?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be here reacting to them. This advice was sent to me through a Google form that I posted on my story, so follow my IG, I guess. But there's a little bit of a twist in this video. Usually I would react to your entries and then give my input on them, and then I would just move on to the next one. But here, I'm going to be putting them in a tier list. I'm gonna be ranking them. On the first tier, we have relationship is not ownership, it's partnership.
Relationship is not ownership, it's partnership.
Basically, this is the top tier advice. This is the standard that you should meet in terms of the advice that you're going to be giving today. And the next tier we have is therapist friend advice. Advice that I would give to a friend, if they're going through a rough time. This is something that I would tell them. In the middle tier, we have I'm bored. Just basically mid cliche ass advice, like stuff that you've heard of a bunch of other times. And then the next tier we have is maybe get actual therapy. If you gave this advice and it's kind of questionable, maybe you shouldn't go to me for advice at that point. Maybe you should get some actual professional help. And lastly, for our last tier, we have spicy chicken joy.
I always ask them to choose between chicken joy, spicy chicken joy, or lettuce.
Because maybe your advice is a little bit toxic, or maybe a lot of bit toxic. First advice that we have is, my advice is to stop, look, and listen to friends or family's advices on things you feel are a dead end or a brick wall for you. That way you can pave a new road, dismantle the brick wall brick by brick, and continue on your journey through life. P.S. Laurice, thank you for your videos. I'm telling you, they were way better than Talk To. I don't know who Talk To is. I don't know. Anyways, I think anybody you get advice from, really don't just listen to it from the get-go. Try to dissect it, think about it, and think if it applies to your life, because it could be good advice for their own personal experience in that situation, but certain advices don't necessarily apply to you. And this also applies to like any advice that I give on my channel, honestly. Sometimes the advice that I give, it's in a general sense, it's based off of my personal experiences, so it doesn't necessarily need to apply to your life as well. So really take a second look at your own situation and see whether or not that advice would work for you. Just like with any like self-development YouTuber, just like really consider whether or not the advice would apply to you. Because it doesn't necessarily mean they're spreading misinformation or the advice is harmful. You know yourself and your situation the best. That's why you should just take it in. Have some autonomy, for fuck's sake, okay? Okay, so for this advice of stop, look, and listen, I would rate this therapist friend because I would give this advice to a friend. I would give a disclaimer before I would give them my own advice and tell them like, hey, this is from my experience. You have the final say of what happens in your life. So, me not taking responsibility for any advice that I give on the internet or to my friends. Yes. The best life advice I got was from an old friend. I was friends with him back in grade 3. Then we lost contact because we were kids. I met him again at a debut and we had fun. He was blasted out of his mind and we were talking about life. And then he suddenly tells me, you know, I'm slowly starting to realize that if someone is important in your life, let them know it. It doesn't take a lot to tell the person that you love them. And then he puked on me. Nice! I love the words of inspiration right before he throws up on you. But actually, though, it's really sweet. Talks with a friend that you haven't talked to in months or maybe even years in your case. They hit different because like when you sometimes with certain people, like even if you don't talk to them for a long time, you start to like connect with them again, and it's like no time has passed between the both of you. Like there's still that connection. This seems like a core memory. This is so sweet and cute despite the fact that he picked on you. It's still cute, you know. Honestly, I would rate this like an I'm bored because it's kind of cliche, although it like the story that you gave, it was really sweet, and like the situation that both of you guys were in, it seemed really intimate and cute. But like I'm bored. Like I've heard this advice a ton of other times. It's a good reminder, don't get me wrong, but like mid, you know, it's not like life changing. It's not like I reached nirvana or some shit. So fake it till you make it, especially in MUN for real for real. Fake it till you make it, especially in Moon. For real. And yet I don't do it. From Kaylee. Hi Kaylee, if you're watching this. Kaylee is a friend from MUN. To those who, I'm not sure if I mentioned this on my channel. Yeah, I do MUN. That's where I get my social life, guys, okay? I'm a homeschooler, so I get my social life from debate and MUN, which is kind of depressing if you say it out loud, but I promise my social life isn't that depressing. P.S. Love you, Larisse. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too, and love you too. Definitely, fake it till you make it. If ever you are in a debate tournament, or an MUN conference, or like any public speaking thing, actually anything that requires good performance, definitely fake it till you make it. Although, something I will add on to that, faking it till you make it isn't enough to like be confident long term. It will work in the short term. You'll get like some short term like fleeting confidence, or you'll seem confident to other people, but it's not actually sustainable. What you actually have to do in order to build confidence, from what I have developed over my years of experience of being confident, wow, is you really have to change your mindset and your self-perception. So how you think about yourself, how you act consistently, or as the self-development gurus online, you have to rewire your subconscious mind. Which is honestly easier said than done. It's a lifelong thing. It will take years to actually perfect. Even me, sometimes my confidence isn't at its highest at every point in my life. There are definitely days where I feel like shit, but that's when you fake it till you make it. Honestly, I would give this like I'm bored. We've all heard this advice before. We've all seen it, we've all done it, or not necessarily done it, but like we've heard it before. Like, give us something new. People will come and go. You don't have to regret ever meeting them because it's gonna be a great part of your development. You do, however, need to learn when to let go and just smile, even with tears in your eyes. Who hurt you, girl? Who hurt you? I genuinely believe that every person that comes into your life aren't necessarily a mistake. You might think they are because they're shitty as fuck, but I don't think there's something that you should regret. I do believe in the idea of karmic partners, wherein certain people come into your life and they're only meant to stay for that period of time. And you're meant to learn a lesson from that period of time that you're with them. And just smile. It's a little bit too senti for my taste. I'm not into that corny shit. I'm so sorry. People will come and go. Honestly, I would give this a therapist friend advice. Oh, okay. We have a long story. Okay. Hey, this is a little long, but a lot happened this year. So for backstory, I'm a people pleaser, so I wanted everyone to like me. But like I was with this girl, let's call her Y, for 8 months, and I'm still friends with her, but she doesn't go to my school anymore. I found out from my other friend E that all of Y's friends that still go to my school still hate me. Yeah, so I learned from this situationship that I can't always please everyone, and not all people have to like me, and even if they don't, I'm not obligated to let it influence my life. Okay. Oh, there are multiple I think there are multiple advices on that. I'll rank all of them at once later on. I'll read the whole story first. Also, a lot happened this year. I finally managed to cut off that one girl who was so toxic, and I just felt like she took advantage of my other friends. Also, I feel like many people copy me and it bothers me, but then again, copying is the best form of flattery, and I feel like I'm just overreacting. Also, it feels like she's trying to be me, and it creeps me the fuck out, okay? Also, like, she randomly used to ask me if she took my post, would I be upset? For context, I am first in my class. Ay, wow. Academic achiever, wow. And I told her I would be happy for her because I would be. So like this year, this girl, let's call her A, has been getting closer to the girl I cut off, let's call her S. And it feels like S replaced me and my other friends in our friend group. So fact with S. Also, like when S touches me, it's so uncomfortable. But she just doesn't get it and tells me that I also do the same when I don't. All of my other friends also agree about that. Also, she just starts crying about the smallest things, like someone not telling her the time and telling her to just look at the clock because she was busy. S is 14. Oh wow, you guys are young. Okay. Yeah, so I'm thankful I cut her off, and I learned that you can't fix someone if they don't think they're broken. You just have to let them go. And final story, this is not really a lesson, but my friend, let's call her O, started dating someone, but she's 14 and he's 18. I feel like he's a groomer and I don't know what to do. I feel like O doesn't even like this guy. Yeah, so this year was exhausting, and even though at the start of the year I felt like we were gonna rock the world, but right now I feel useless and exhausted and like the world is gonna collapse on me. I hope this wasn't too long, but I hope I can get some advice. Side note, it took much longer for me to send this because I'm very antisocial and I don't like participating in things like this. XOXO. I'm really glad that you were able to participate in this and you got the courage to answer the form. Okay, so I'll give advice first and then we'll rank the advice that they gave. Okay. First, let's do the people pleaser thing. With the people pleaser thing, it's not possible really because people have very different preferences and personalities and perspectives on a lot of things. So trying to cater to every single one of those diverse perspectives is just gonna end up tiring you out. And if you are able to please everybody, that would just mean that you are filtering yourself out or trying to change yourself for certain people in your life. You don't necessarily know who is meant for you or who you are gravitated towards because you're more concerned about what other people think of you. Because people pleasing is a form of manipulation. I don't think a lot of people know that. You are focused on trying to make another person like you, and you're trying to skew their perception of you because you're not doing it out of love for them or out of care for them. You're doing it so that you can get their validation. So in a way, it's selfish. Hopefully that will take out the people pleasing mentality that people have. With the thing of like this girl copying you, honestly, in my opinion, I don't understand why people react so like negatively towards people copying them. I like, aside from it being like flattering, like from my personal experience, I don't think I've ever noticed somebody copying me. Aside from it being a form of flattery, I just think that everybody takes inspiration from everybody. Nobody's completely original. Because even if a person like dresses the same way as you, does the same hair or makeup as you, at the end of the day, they're not you. So I don't really know why other people are concerned with that, really. I don't know. Just personally, I just never noticed stuff like that. You do you, I guess. To what extent is the copying? Because honestly, if you hang out with a certain person long enough, you're gonna adopt certain characteristics that they have as well. could genuinely just be like subconscious, or genuinely mean like they like you, they see you as a really good friend, so like they subconsciously just like copy certain mannerisms, or like certain things that you like, because that's what you guys can like bond over or whatever. But your feelings are valid, and if ever you feel like this is making me a little bit uncomfortable, or like, oh, this person is being too, it's getting a little bit too much, like, you know, having your you should have your own identity and not copy from you. She shouldn't copy from you or something like that. But also, baka assuming ka lang, Char. She randomly asked me if she took my post. Oh, I think you meant spot. If she took your spot as valedictorian. That is a bit iffy. Wait, you got replaced in your. Wait, sorry, I wasn't actively reading the story. Hold on. S replaced you and your other friends. Yeah, never mind. She's toxic. She was definitely jealous of you. Glad you cut her off. She's 14. Hopefully, she'll mature out of it. You can't fix someone if they don't think they're broken. Yeah. My friend, let's call her O, started dating someone who's 14 and he's 18. I feel like he's a groomer and I don't know what to do. Oh. 14 and 18. Ugh. That's such a big maturity gap though. Like, 14 and 18. Like, sure, it's only 4 years. But the thing is, that's when, like, a person is going through puberty. You know? The amount of change that you go through those, like, 4 years is so dramatic. As a 17-year-old, it would feel so weird if I was with a 13-year-old. Even if technically like, both of us are minors, like, it's not illegal. Actually, I think it is legal. But like, even if both of us are minors and it's legal, depending on what country you're in, it's a 13-year-old. Like, you're freshly a teenager. I'm about to turn legal. Like, it feel like the maturity gap between me and a 13-year-old is so. The like formal definition of grooming is if there's some sort of manipulation, there's like a power imbalance, or like some sort of deception going on, wherein like the younger party is being like manipulated and stuff like that. If that is happening, yeah, definitely beat the guy up or something. I don't know. Why is he dating a 14-year-old when he's 18? That's weird. I feel like O doesn't even like this guy. Okay, anyways, yeah, this year was exhausting. That's so real. And even though the start of the year, I felt like we were gonna rock the world, but right now I feel useless and exhausted. And like the world is gonna collapse on me. I feel you, girl. I feel you. Okay, now that I was able to give you advice, I'm going to rate your advice now. So I will rate you can't please everyone. I would give that to therapist friend, honestly. You can't fix someone if they don't think they're broken. Low-key, that does give the same vibes as relationship is not ownership, it's partnership. I don't know, it gives the same energy. So congrats to this person, you got the top slot. Luckily, none of you actually need therapy or help, so you can continue watching my videos for advice. Yay! Yay! Make sure to be flexible if you want to be a professionalized, specialized dancer. And always use protection. Because of that, I'm automatically putting you in Spicy Chicken Joy. Anyways, I will be ending the video there. Thank you everybody for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the advice that my other viewers got. Also the advice that I added in because I'm a fucking yapper. Let me know what other advice you guys have, and what are your personal ratings? What is your favorite advice from this video? Thank you guys so much for watching. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. 2025 will be our year, guys. We got this. We got this. Anyways, bye-bye people of this universe. Mwah. Well, I didn't put any highlighter on, but there's like, that's grease. Fuck. Never mind. That's a glow. That's a glow. It's not symmetrical. My camera keeps it's not fucking symmetrical. Okay. Okay, that's too high. Maybe it's because I'm not in the middle.